Welcome to the Hard&Soft Pro Wrestling Podcast. Yo. What's up, Hard&Soft Nation? You know who it is. It's Big Hard, as always. And you know there's only one guy I continually rock with on a show-to-show basis. The show would be nowhere without him because basically he's the softest guy I know, and he brings the softest elegance to the table.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm going to let him introduce himself. That's my little brother.
The BIGSOFTIE, baby. The Big Softie here, live and in color. What's up, Big Heart? How are you, dude?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. It's a Saturday morning.
Sip of something for the working man here.
I'll take a sip of something. We never know what could be in the cup, you know what I mean? Especially when you're at a show in a middle school parking lot. But that's for another day. But yeah, man, we're here to watch an awesome match. Brock versus Undertaker, Hell in a Cell from No Mercy 2002. I mean, this is a classic right here. Undertaker and Lesnar had a feud going. I mean, this is 2002. Consider when the streak was broken 10 years ago now, so 2014. So, I mean, they've had a long-standing feud dating back to Lesnar's start of his career.
Yeah. This one of my favorite matches. And just like, again, like I think what I love doing is some of these matches where I was a kid, man. I just watch these, definitely the DVD days, right? And you pop in a wrestling DVD into your Xbox 360 and the Softies busy all day, man. So this is one that I flash back to. I'm pumped for it. And yeah, I mean, Lesnar in 2002, he just takes the title off a Rock at the Rumble. And he is, with Heyman, and he's the next big thing, but he is the big thing at this point. And Taker, man, does a great job getting him over. But in the process, American Badass Undertaker, man, he had some legs on him, some steam. And what a great time in wrestling, too. I mean, 2002, some of the best pay-per-views. My favorite Rumble. What WrestleMania was 2002? Was it 18? 19? No, it was 18, right?
18.
Because Triple H won the Rumble, and WrestleMania 18, 17, 18.
Wasn't that Triple H and Jericho was the main event, and they had to follow Rock
and Hogan, man.
Yeah, which was not a good match, but just the a lot of people say that's their favorite match, and not because of the match quality, but because of the actual, like, the fan interaction and the bigger than life aura that they both get. I mean, The Rock and Hollywood Hogan, that was like, that's on a different, maybe we'll have to do that episode one of these days, but you almost need the sound on for that match, and it's just
that's
awesome.
What everyone says, but I mean, you can get away with anything if the crowd's into it. Look at AJ and Cody Rhodes.
Oh,
I mean,
man,
not much of
awesome.
the build, but just that crowd, man, in France was sick.
Yeah.
But anyway, Chris, like you said, Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker in 2002. It's going to be Hell in a Cell, but we don't know that until midway through the lead up of this. What a time in wrestling, dude. You had, I think it's, Booker and Goldust doing their thing as that great tag team. Goldust doing the stuttering gimmick, which is hilarious. And then I think maybe that's later on, actually, but Kane and Triple H at the top of this card too. They had that whole Katie Vick story. So a lot of moving parts here from Vince, but we're going to flash it back, man. This is Sunday, October 20th of 2002 at the Simons Bank Arena in Arkansas. The attendance, 9,074. So a little bit of a, not a packed arena here with only 9,000. But it kicks off with a good match. Chris Jericho and Christian, they defeat Booker T and Goldust. They go 8 minutes for the World Tag Team titles. Mac and Cheese gives that 2 3/4. And then we move on to Mac and Cheese's favorite match of the card, Torrie Wilson versus Dawn Marie. Torrie Wilson goes over in just under 5 minutes. That gets -0.5 star.
Negative half a star. Wow. Well, at least it wasn't a full star negative.
I made sure to lay out there, let you get your little ad lib in there. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I was trying to hold back.
We got Van Dam and Flair. They go 8 minutes. Van Dam gets the victory. Jamie Noble defeats Tajiri for the Cruiserweight title. Cruiserweight title was pretty cool back in this day.
Yeah, Jamie Noble's awesome, dude. Remember when the J&J Security was Seth Rollins?
Yeah. What is Jamie Noble doing now? He's a backstage producer or whatever?
Yeah, and like the people that saw him then that never saw his stuff back here, I mean, he was great. He was coming out with the jean shorts and the wife beater, I think, and he was had what's the
chick's name? Yeah,
chick's name that was with him. They were freaking awesome together, dude. But yeah, great match here.
I feel like they originated the makeout spot.
Yeah, that was great. What Meltzer gave this one?
Mac and cheese, 3 stars, man. He loves the cruiserweights, man. If this was this was at Wembley, it might be 5. But Triple H, the World Heavyweight Championship, title's on the line here. Triple H goes over Kane. They go 16 minutes. Meltzer gives it 2 3/4. Dude, Triple H heel run here. I mean, good Lord. Well, it's crazy that this is October, so that means earlier in the year, Triple H comes back, makes he's the biggest babyface in history. And later on in the year, he's the biggest heel in history. That's crazy.
He's good at being heel. I do like a heel Triple H a lot better because I'll say some of his face stuff, like when him and Shawn brought the DX back, like the 2006 version, like it's just
I love that, dude.
You know, I mean it's just for me. I'm more
when
of
they impersonated the McMahons.
I mean that stuff was great, but I'm just saying, like,
you know what I'm gonna do, Dad?
It was just a little bit more. Well, I mean, go back to the Nation skit. Oh God, that was great. But yeah, Triple H here was awesome. Kane, definitely a good opponent for him, and but that whole Katie Vick thing definitely did suck. I don't think anybody can say that was actually good. So, but I mean, whatever. It was still a good match.
I would say it doesn't get any better for Kane. His debut was the peak of his career, and that whole WrestleMania 14 run, that's like my favorite version of Kane. But when he came back as babyface with the new, the kind of like cut up mask and the cool theme song, and he was cool here, man. And I think this is when he won that TLC match on Raw without the Hurricane there, and he retained the titles. It was kind of that era. But Triple H, man, as a heel, think about all the guys he made in the WWE. I mean, he made Goldberg. Goldberg wasn't really over when he came over. And then I think Goldberg faced Rock first, but when he faced Evolution and Triple H and like those elimination chambers and stuff, that's where Goldberg got over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a Goldberg fan, but
then we got Benoit and Kurt Angle. They go over Edge and Rey Mysterio, 22 minutes. We could probably do a podcast on that one, just for the 4 names there. That goes for the World Heavyweight, the WWE Tag Team Championships, 4.75 stars. So this was Meltzer's favorite mac and cheese.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess, we'll have to go back and actually watch this match again.
And then Trish Stratus goes over Victoria. They managed to get a star, man.
Wow, a star. Oh, my God. So between both women's matches, it was just a half a star if you put them together. So, hey, I mean, and usually it's a dud. And I always say, I don't know what the hell a dud is, like, for Meltzer. Like, can you just put a 0 or something? Because dud just looks stupid in your scale. It goes – technically everything looks stupid on his scale. But
speaking of Meltzer and speaking of 0, I'm trying to imagine that my bank account has zeros on it because I don't want to spend money on WWE 2K24. But did you get the new DLC pack that they just
I mean, I got the deluxe edition when it came out.
So. Jesus. Big hard money back, dude.
Yeah, so I get the DLCs for free. I only downloaded it. I played 1 match, and I haven't really went back to it. I think maybe tonight, I'll try to get back on. But I did realize that you can go through and edit the weapons in the match. Yeah. And you can put a light tube in there, guitars in there. I mean, the light tube, it's okay. It just, you hit them once, it smashes. It's nothing insane, but it's different.
I don't think I have enough willpower to not buy the Dudleys, Terry Funk, Sandman, and Punk.
I mean, if you're gonna play, you might as well get it. But that's why you should just get the deluxe in the beginning, because unlike the AEW video game, you actually get the DLCs when they come out. So
Well, how can I get the deluxe?
nice.
I have the ads on my Peacock. I'm not getting
God.
it. I got to stay in my lane here.
Those ads on that Peacock, those are going to be rough to get rid of.
And then the 8th match, the main event, Brock Lesnar, who is the WWE Undisputed Championship. You say this a lot. That old school Undisputed Championship. What do you think of that model, man?
I like that title. As much as I'm a Winged Eagle guy, this title looks badass. And I'm telling you, when we met JBL and he had this title with him, I mean, it was heavy when he put it on my shoulder. It looked good.
The title, or
it was huge.
You're still talking about the
right. Yeah. I was talking about the championship. Yeah. I had the hot dog earlier, so
I'll watch it.
A 2300 arena hot dog is always a good choice early in the afternoon. But yeah, what did Meltzer give this one?
Lesnar versus The Undertaker. They're going to go 27 minutes, 18 seconds for the WWE Championship. Meltzer gave it 4 stars, man, so he liked it.
4 stars? Okay, yeah.
I mean, this had all the story in the build. And this is, obviously still back in that day when Hell in a Cell was a pop word for it, for the crowd still. So,
yeah.
Big Hard, man. Let's lead us up into this match. If you guys, the nation, you have your Peacocks out, you better have it. You got to get on the ball here. 2 hours, 16 minutes, and 10 seconds is our timestamp on WWE No Mercy 2002.
Don't hit play yet, but just get yourself lined up while I'm going through this lead up here. But, of course, Lesnar takes a strap off The Rock at the Rumble 2002. And Lesnar and Taker first meet Unforgiven in September of 2002 for the World Heavyweight Championship. Lesnar walked in champed and walked out the same. However, Taker took Brock to the limit in a brawl-style match. Taker bent a chair completely over Lesnar's head, which they don't do anymore for good measures. He threw Lesnar through the Titantron at the end of the night. Hey, you don't hear Titantron a lot anymore. I like that. The next week on SmackDown, Funaki was holding the bent chair in the middle of the ring and asked Brock if he would rematch The Undertaker.
Funaki, man.
Yeah, good old Funaki, man.
So when I was doing the lead up, Lesnar gives Funaki the ultimate F5. And I liked how they would in the old school games, and even still today, like Lesnar's gonna pick up this 140-pound guy and like he gets full extension. And that's the F5 for every guy that Lesnar gives the F5 to in the video game. So Big Show takes a full flat back and everything.
Well, I love it. It's usually my signature finisher in every time I create a character. Lesnar proceeded to beat the living hell out of Funaki, taking out his frustrations. On that same night, Undertaker goes over Matt Hardy via the last ride. And as soon as the 3 count is counted, Lesnar blindsides Taker with the title, putting color all over the dead man. There was always color back here. And great reason for color here, too. So you come out and you nail Taker in the head with the strap right after he got done with this match. I'd actually like to go back and watch the clip of the Funaki beatdown. Actually, that sounds actually pretty entertaining. And sure Funaki was always good. I mean, he always put on it. He sold good, and it was just awesome.
When I think of color, I think of Jim Ross making that call. Well, someone stop the damn match! And it's so great. We'll be at independent shows, and it's like the worst match possible, and we'll yell that out. That's always a crowd pleaser.
That's the best chant. Besides you asking what size pants the guys are wearing. But, Lesnar and Heyman do a vignette backstage where they're reminiscing over blooding up The Undertaker, but Heyman explains to Brock that Stephanie McMahon will not answer any of his calls and that Brock will have to go to The Undertaker for a rematch for the championship at No Mercy. Heyman also tells Brock there's going to be an added stipulation to the match that he does not know. So he's not sure that it's going to be a Hell in a Cell match yet at this point. Right. But, I mean, every Hell in a Cell match, they always try to, I guess, one up. But after the Foley thing, there's not really much you can one up. But the way you can do it is just have more story using the cell. And I think this is kind of what these two do in this match, which we're going to be leading up to watch. So hey, don't worry, nation.
I haven't watched this match in a very long time. But, yeah, of course they're not going to outperform Foley's big bumps, but the visuals that they do in this match and the story they tell and the creative spots, like I'm just thinking of one, and we'll see it when Paul Heyman's so good in this, like everything. But Taker grabs hold of Paul's tie through the cell, and he's yanking him back and forth against the fence. Like they just did some innovative stuff. Anyway, keep going, Big Hard.
Alrighty. That night, Matt Hardy rematches The Undertaker in a Falls Count Anywhere match. I mean, Matt Hardy was awesome back here. The match takes it to the backstage area where a fence storage part of the building. Matt scales the fencing to escape Taker, where Brock Lesnar ambushes The Undertaker. Taker fights them off until Lesnar's S5 Taker onto a pallet of packing peanuts. I mean, you can't get better than an F5 onto a pallet of packing peanuts.
Well, somebody stop the damn match.
Those peanuts have a family. Matt gets the pinfall, and as Taker is climbing back to his feet, Lesnar takes a propane tank and smashes the Undertaker's right hand with it. That the Taker's right hand's broken. He will be out for No Mercy. Later on, Stephanie McMahon catches them in the hallway. She explains to Brock and Paul Heyman that the Undertaker has indeed officially broken his hand, but he still insists on the rematch with Brock, even with the broken hand.
Mm-hmm.
And lastly, Steph tells Paul that she has decided to name the stipulation Hell in a Cell.
God.
I love it.
Oh.
Taker shows up in the following weeks, not with a cast on his right hand, and that has no pain written on the outside. And he's waiting for Brock in the parking lot. Matt Hardy is in the ring bragging about how he beat The Undertaker and would do so much worse to him if he came into the ring. Taker hits the ring and clubs Matt several times with the cast, putting color on Hardy. Lesnar and Heyman show up later on in the show with a random woman named Tracy. Like, who the heck is this Tracy lady? Tracy begins to get into why she is in the ring, and Taker hits the ring. Brock and Heyman leave the ring, and a confused Undertaker is confronted by Tracy. Tracy calls Taker a mark. Hey, yo, you're a mark. And that she has an affair with The Undertaker, who has allegedly been cheating on his pregnant wife. Brock and Heyman are on the ramp laughing while Taker has a confused look on his face. So, I mean, this is definitely some crash and burn TV right here. I mean, you never thought that you'd see Undertaker in an angle where he was cheating on his pregnant wife and being called a mark in the middle of the ring. And, yeah, it was Mark because his real name's Mark. So, you know.
And then the next segment on, Kane's also a murderer, and he's, fornicating with a dead body, and different booking, man.
Yeah, great TV. You don't see much of that today. But later on in the show, The Undertaker is shown backstage on the phone with his wife, explaining to her that this is all lies and games, just played by Lesnar right now. Then later on in the show, as Brock is walking to the ring for his tag match, he asks Paul Heyman for his phone. Brock makes a concerned phone call expressing his concern for the stress that his person must be under. As Brock hangs the phone up and says goodbye, Sarah, Undertaker's wife at the time, which he did have a tattoo on his throat of Sarah. Yep, right on the neck. Lesnar, right in the goozle, actually.
The goozle.
Lesnar fills in for Jamie Noble and teams up with Tajiri versus Rey Mysterio and Edge. Taker hits the ring near the end of the match and clubs Brock with his cast. Said, no pain. The following week, The Undertaker addresses the cheating allegations in his locker room. Taker explains that him and Tracy's relationship ended 7 years prior. So he did fornicate with this woman, Tracy, but it was 7 years ago, damn it.
That's right. Hard&Soft Records got it right. And Big Hard, they're making this cat. And first off, every time SmackDown goes off air, the cast is like half hanging off, and then Taker shows up the next week, and it's perfectly white, but they're making the cast like it's like the most dangerous weapon anyone could ever use. I mean, everyone that takes it is busted open and flat backed. Oh yeah, like if you get hit with this cast, you're done. So yeah, right. Hopefully Lesnar doesn't get hit by it in the Hell in a Cell. But the hell he's been through is nothing compared to the hell that he's going to put Lesnar through on Sunday inside the cell. Later on in the show, Taker hits the ring after a Brock Lesnar victory and once again bloodies up the champ via the cast.
Brock is shown backstage and tells Paul Heyman to go to Stephanie and tell her to make sure the Undertaker takes the cast off before Hell in a Cell.
Classic.
And I'm not sure if the visual was like this, but I'm assuming that he busts him open and then, the cast is all bloodied up too, which is probably a good visual. And then it'll come in and it'll be brand new. Come on. Yeah. Undertaker goes to a medical facility after every show and gets it redone. So Stephanie goes to the ring to announce the decision on whether Taker could enter the cell with the cast. She tells the world that Taker will be allowed to wear the cast. I mean, for Christ's sakes, his arm is broken. He needs the cast. That enrages Brock, who gets in the face of Stephanie. The Undertaker hits the ring, and Heyman and Lesnar gets the upper hand and lays out Taker. Heyman gets a little overzealous and goes back for more on the dead man. Taker hooks his leg, blasts him, and then blasts Lesnar with the cast one last time and bloodies up Heyman. So
bloodies him up.
Heyman took a blade job here, which is nice. Or maybe it was hard way. I don't know. With the Taker, he might have done it hard way.
Either way, Tony Khan wants to get the visual.
So No Mercy starts off with a backstage segment with Taker and Kane in the locker room where Kane asks Taker, "How was your week?" Later in the show, Taker is shown in the training area. It's kind of a good visual. Like you got the badass Undertaker, American Deadman, and Kane. They're just having a conversation.
And they've been through a lot the past
hell and brimstone. So forcing the trainer to give him a shot into his casted hand, the trainer unwillingly gives Taker the shot, and here we go. So the doctor puts the needle right through the cast. Is that what I'm supposed to?
Puts right into his hand. Here? Yeah, and he's the trainer's selling it like he's gonna lose his license if he does this, and Taker's like, either you give it to me or else I'm knocking you out and taking it and doing it myself. So
what are you gonna do? I mean, I would just jab the Undertaker with the damn thing. That's it.
But classic heel stuff from Heyman and Lesnar, and again, the things they did so well and the WWE does so well is like they book. I've heard this. They book for like the 6-year-old, the 7-year-old, not necessarily with the stuff that they're doing, but in the fact that everyone can understand this, right? This is not a complicated story. You have the clear-cut bad guy, good guy for the title in Hell in a Cell, the main event, the cast. You got Heyman coming out. You don't know what's gonna go on. But I haven't watched this match in a long time, and I'm pumped to be doing this. 2 hours, 16 minutes, 10 seconds. WWE No Mercy 02. Big Heart, you ready, buddy?
I'm ready, man. I got my Peacock primed up here, ready to go.
I'm primed up. All the ads are watched on my end, so I'm ready to go, dude.
All right, you want to hit us with a countdown?
3, 2, 1, play. How about the first podcast we do? We rip off the full WrestleMania 13.
Yeah, kind of ridiculous.
3 hours.
Sat there for 3 hours. Like, what were we thinking?
Look at the dead man. What a I think all of us wanted to cut our shirts like he would wear it. It just didn't look as good for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to wear a shirt like that tonight when I go out.
Make sure you rock the bandana to it. Maybe put the cast on.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. So last week, so Taker's getting in the ring here. This match is about to start, and I'm pretty sure this match starts off hot. You know what I mean? This is main event, packed crowd here. This is the kind of building you like to see. I mean, it looks like a smaller arena than usual.
Yeah, only 9,000.
But the cell looks great there.
Yeah,
And what did Meltzer give this match?
4 stars.
4 stars. Okay. Yeah, 4 stars. I can see that. Maybe not getting the 5 stars, but let's see what we think here. I mean, you can't really go off of one bedwetter in the basement's opinion. Just
classic Mike Chioda in the middle. He's not wearing the wristband though. He's always wearing that armband. But
now to tell you something, fun fact: Mike Chioda today, May 18th, 2024, is going to be at Quakertown Farmers Market at 5 p.m.
So what you're
refereeing a hot dog eating competition at the Snackdown Grill. Tantalizing Tony will be there.
Jesus.
And KH Promotions is promoting the whole event. It's their store that's in the back lot of Quakertown. We've been there plenty of times. So yeah, they have a title belt made for the winner of the hot dog eating championship, and Mike Chioda is the referee for it.
So Mike Chioda in 2002 is in the middle of Lesnar and Taker, and today, fast forward 20 years, he's in the middle of Cage Promotions and the tantalizing one.
Awesome.
Look at that.
Awesome.
So
if I could get over there, I would totally go over today. Well, I wouldn't enter the contest because I don't think I could win, but I definitely would like to see it. That would be freaking awesome. But I'm going to be going to Jim Thorpe to check out a new, well, I don't think they're new, but an independent promotion I've never seen before called EHW, Extreme Hybrid Wrestling, in Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. So I'll let you guys know how that was. Look at Lesnar already trying to get outside the cell. Look at Heyman's ponytail hanging out the back of his hat.
I don't know the name of the guy that runs KH Promotions and the Snackdown Grill, but he's always a nice dude, though.
Yeah, he's very nice.
We see him out in Philly and all.
Yeah, we see him a lot at a lot of the shows we go to.
Yeah,
there we go. Going after the hand.
The steel cell. I hated when they did the red cell.
Oh, that was horrible.
It looks even worse in video games. You need this type of cell with the holes all over the place in random areas. And
I do enjoy a Hell in a Cell match in 2K24. And mostly every 2K game. I definitely do enjoy a Hell in a Cell because, I mean, as opposed to the Extreme Rules, at least you have the cage, you go up top, you can throw them off. You know what I mean? And you can do a lot of stuff in that game. And I haven't even explored many of the OMG moments. So, I kind of got to get in on that. Lesnar taking it to Taker here. Going after the hand, going after the arm. Did Lesnar do the Kimura lock at this point?
No, that comes after his MMA career.
Okay. All right. See, now Lesnar is like, I don't know. He's the man to me. And
now,
I know that he hasn't been around in a while, but
yeah. Did you see Cody Rhodes did the Kimura? I think at Backlash they did the Kimura spot. I wonder if he keeps doing that, and I wonder if Lesnar comes back and that's one of the main.
That would be another good opponent for Cody because he needs some good opponents here.
You see, he's going up against Logan.
I think the Logan Paul match will be good, and they definitely clarified that it's not going to be for the U.S. Championship.
Which they had to get out of that somehow.
So I think I was going to say there was going to be a DQ finish because there's no way they're putting both. They just like separated titles. There's no way they're putting two titles on Cody because I don't think Cody's going to lose a match at least until next year's Mania.
Yeah,
I think it could be something like him versus Rock night 1, and Rock beats him. All right, and then Roman Reigns versus The Rock night 2, where Roman wins, and I mean that could be 2 years from now. Who knows? But
yeah, who knows where they're gonna go?
This is
but
great.
There's the first cash shot.
Oh, here we go! Boom!
Taker.
Oh, look at Lesnar! Look at Lesnar. He is bloodied up.
Color.
They have a 27-minute match, and I don't know if that was with entrances or not, or if that was
That's a good question. I don't know what the time
just
is.
Complete match time, but I know it said 27 minutes, and we're about 5 minutes in, and Lesnar's already bloodied up.
Now imagine being front row and seeing these two behemoths hit the cage. That's got to be like that cage is coming down.
Yeah, I mean, you're not sitting here booing at the Undertaker or Brock Lesnar when you're in the front row and they're about to bust through the cage. You know what I mean?
I was rewatching the main event of night 2 this past year, and when Roman and Rhodes go in the back, the crowd area, they do that suplex spot. When Roman's walking by, he forearm shivers the one guy in the crowd. He fakes him out, and dude, like, just the madness, man. Look at Heyman in the old school Yankee hat. He made the Yankee hat cool.
His face just rubbing his face on that steel. I always like that spot, especially when they're bloodied up and you got the from behind the cage. So you got the cage in the shot with the blood on the face. It just looks so good. I think he's trying to put him through at this point. Oh my. He throws him against the cage, nice, and comes back and hits a clothesline. What's he going for, the pin out here? I forgot that Hell in a Cell matches are they pinfalls count anywhere usually?
That's a good point. It's always supposed to be in the ring, but Kyoto's out there calling it, man.
I mean, hey, throw a hot dog his way.
It's funny. Our mom, we have the same mom, right? And she used to.
Your mother's a whore.
I knew that was coming. She got so bad at me because I had these. Like to first grade, I'd always wear these. I had these Hardy Boy pants that were like so baggy and gothic. I only wanted to wear them, man. And then I begged and pleaded Dad to let me. I got I don't even know what you call them, the bucket hat, and I cut the tops out and spiked my hair like Scotty Too Hotty. I did it all, man.
That's awesome.
The Hardy Boy pants, the Scotty Too Hotty hat, and a Stone Cold backpack. That was me, man. Just rocking the softie, man. Just rocking it.
Just rocking it back in the day with the big sexy shirt.
Whoa, hey.
Got one on again today. Hey, yo. Is that Mark? Or is that The Undertaker?
Hey, yo.
Look at the cast. It's all bloodied up.
Love how Taker, every time he hits it, he sells the wrist, sells the hand from the propane tank right after the... Who gets it with a propane tank and packing peanuts and can walk away? He really is a dead man.
Like how? How do you walk away from that? I don't understand. My God, King.
The classic Taker leg drop on the corner, the ring apron. Did you ever see? The only time I saw the Undertaker live was
Taker going to the top rope.
Was right before COVID happened. They did Elimination Chamber at Wells Fargo, and
I'm not sure what that was.
A little bit of a botch there, but it's all right. Seeing some Lesnar booty cheeks there, Jesus, big hard.
I'm trying to think of when I saw. I met Undertaker when I was a kid.
The only time I saw him live, big hard, was AJ Styles was facing. Was it Aleister Black or was it Malachi Black when he was with the WWE? Malachi.
No, Aleister.
And they were doing a hardcore match, and it went black, and Taker popped up and chokeslammed AJ through a table or something like that. That's the only time I've ever seen live. And that was right before COVID. And then that's obviously when they did the Boneyard match, right? That was the lead up for that.
Yeah, Boneyard match was great. Look at Heyman trying to get at the Undertaker. Oh,
and I think this is probably the spot I'm talking about. Look at this. Bang!
Oh, that huge boot.
And now it looks like Hall of Fame Heyman's going to be blading out there on the ring apron.
Oh, that's great. That's great. A bloodied up Heyman and a bloodied up Lesnar.
Now, how long do you think Rhodes is going to go? Cody Rhodes is going to go before he turns heel?
I don't know. I think at least a year. I mean, he's still got a lot of time. I think the people still love Cody Rhodes. And I mean, I know there's talks like, look
at this spot, Big Hard. This is what I was talking about.
Oh my God, here we go with the freaking tie. Oh, that is so good. That is so good. Taker's the only one not bloodied up yet. I'm pretty sure they definitely break through the cage. I'm thinking.
I don't think they do, man.
Maybe they don't even go up top. I don't know. It's possible. I mean, they don't need to. I mean, there's no reason for Taker to really go up top anyway. I mean, there's no reason for him to be doing a spot off the top.
Just think, after this, Lesnar goes and tries out for the Vikings.
And he made the team.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he got cut then, but he did make the team. So, I mean, Lesnar was a WWE champion. Hell of a career before. Then hell of a amateur career before he came to WWE. Then WWE's accomplishments. He makes a pro football team. Whether or not he got cut is another thing. I mean, but he actually made the team. Then he went to MMA, UFC, and won the championship there. So, and then came back and, I mean, had a hell of a run in WWE. I mean, beat the crap out of Cena in that one match.
Did you ever see that Ariel Helwani interview? They're in the crowd of a UFC where Brock main events against Cain Velasquez, and Cain Velasquez stopped Lesnar bad. But before the card, Taker and Lesnar have a conversation, and Lesnar's gonna walk by Taker and they're gonna do a little thing, and they did that. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And that lit up the internet back in the day. But I always say, Big Heart, and I'm a little biased, obviously, as they're doing a cool cast spot here with the.
Oh, here we go.
I think Brock Lesnar is the greatest athlete of all time. I really do.
He definitely is in contention for that for sure. I mean, it's one thing to be the champ in WWE. I know this.
Look at these brutal chair shots. Look at this.
All right to the cast. Oh my God! Don't do it, Lesnar. Don't do it. Oh! Holy shit! I don't even know how you
fake that.
You hold that back at all. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely just taking chair shots to the arm and hand, and
But now you can see Lesnar. They're trying to get the cast off of Taker.
I mean, that cast is a deadly weapon. It's busted open Lesnar and Heyman here.
You could put that cast on the front line of a war and take out a whole country.
Yeah, so we'll be going to AEW Collision in Allentown, Pennsylvania, June 20th. I don't know what the card is to expect, but on the picture, when you click for the tickets for that date, it does have Edge on the card, or Adam, the Cope.
The Cope open.
The Cope. So we got floor seats, row 4. So we'll be down there. I know SV Dub guys will be there. It'll be exciting to see them. I heard on their podcast they're going to be taking the train from Philly up down.
The train?
Or up to Allentown, whatever the direction is. I don't know. But well,
PPL
it could be the Ho train.
What's around the PPL Center to eat?
I mean, inside is Chicky and Pete's, but they have a bunch of little places around the area.
Is parking hard? I can't remember.
Well, what we'll do is we'll just park at my house and we'll just get a ride over to PPL.
Sweet.
I'm like 5 minutes. So.
I'll plan my shirt now. Maybe
you better get your outfits going.
Maybe I'll wear my young butt.
2 weeks before that, we have a show at the Bethel and Wind Creek. BPW, Alpha Junior has a show going there, which is going to be awesome. So we're going to see Lance Anoy, which is part of the bloodline, which one day could be introduced into WWE here.
I'm excited for Jacob Fatu to finally make his debut.
Now, I know people wanted him to come out already, but I mean, I think it was a good thing doing the Tongaloa first at Backlash. And I think they were kind of right. They're saying Jacob Fatu could come in and outshadow Solo. Because, I mean, a lot of people, even though Jacob Fatu's only been on the independents and stuff, but I mean, a lot of people already have seen a lot of his stuff. And I mean, we saw him live against Matt Riddle. And
Dude, I think that was awesome. Was awesome. I think that's the greatest match I've seen live, though, independent wise.
Yeah, they told a great story. I mean, Jacob Fatu, he has the moveset. He's basically like an Umaga, dude.
They did a spot, and it was kind of a spot fest, but it was so well done at the 2300 arena. Jacob Fatu, all 300 pounds of him, does a moonsault on a flat Matt Riddle, but Matt Riddle just catches him in that triangle. I mean, that was one of the greatest things I've seen.
What the hell? Didn't even know what the hell was going on. What was going on there? I have no idea.
Now the cast is off. Is Lesnar biting the hand? They're pulling
something like that, or
Look at Heyman
going after it. Yeah, so I think the Collision show will be fun. You know what I mean? As much as we dog on AEW, but it's still fun to see live.
Yeah, man. Now, when's we got what? Double or Nothing's coming up next weekend, right?
Yeah, I think it's next Sunday. And then
now they're doing NWO versus WCW again. That's what they're doing. Elite versus AW.
Is the King and Queen of the Ring is that the same weekend as All In?
Same weekend, yeah. But AEW still does Sunday pay-per-views.
Yeah, well, sometimes they do Saturdays. I know they do.
I don't think they will this time.
No, but that would be cool. So, I mean, 2 days of wrestling in a row. I think the King and Queen of the Ring will be pretty good. The tournament matches have been pretty nice. I've liked those so far, but I know it's a Saudi Arabia show, so it's kind of a throwaway. Nothing big is actually going to happen. I did like last night how because in the Queen of the Ring tournament, they have Bianca Belair and Jade and they're kind of like, going through the tournament, and it would have been the final match would have been them two together. But Bianca won her match last night, and then Jade lost her match by disqualification.
right? Yeah, right.
Nia Jax attempted the chair shot, but then Jade did it. So I like the storylines going up to it. I saw a little bit of a look that I think Jade almost gave Bianca, and then Bianca almost gave a look to Jade. So it's like a little something put in there to, maybe spice up that storyline. But I think both shows will be pretty good. The All-In show will be good. I mean, to be honest, I'm not really excited about many of the matches, but the matches will be good themselves. And
who's Swerve
in the arena? I kind of want to see that.
Who's Swerve going up against?
Christian.
Okay.
Which isn't a bad match. You know what I mean? It's predictable, but like I say it. Well, I don't say this all the time.
I wonder if they'll put Swerve on second again.
I think he'll be last. I mean, predictable is not that bad though, because honestly, like Backlash was very predictable, but the show was good.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they make it interesting. So I think all will be good. They have that Ospreay, but I just don't really like the fact that Ospreay is going after the international title from Roderick Strong. Like this guy is like the face of your company. I don't know. I feel like I know that Swerve just won the title.
And I feel like I could fill the walls of my 1,000 square foot apartment with AEW titles. They have 70 titles.
Well, yeah, and really only 3 of them even matter. But I do like Swerve as champ. I really do. But I have a bad feeling that not at this pay-per-view, but maybe Wembley he'll lose his title. And that might be where Ospreay wins it.
When's Wembley? In August, right?
Yeah, I think it's their next pay-per-view after all.
Are we going?
To Wembley, yeah. I got tickets already.
I'm half thinking about Vegas next year, dude.
I mean, that would be sweet. The only thing about Vegas is, I mean, we thought the places we went, like in Philly, were expensive. Just imagine the prices.
I know, but Vegas. You know what I'm thinking they're gonna do?
Raiders Stadium.
I'm wondering if they're gonna do SmackDown and Raw at that Sphere. Have you seen the Sphere in Vegas?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Think about what they could do there. The UFC's going there soon.
Yeah, they could probably play on the outside of the Sphere what's going on. Like they could play Raw on the Sphere.
Dude, Mania in Philly it exceeded all of my expectations. It makes me willing to travel to do another Mania.
Yeah, maybe, Mania was cool. Just I don't know, man. It was pretty cool. We'll see, but I mean, I wonder where the next year's Mania is going to be. You know,
we can go down and get in on Friday. We could do it cheap. I feel.
Yeah. Oh my God! You're going.
I feel like, oh man,
you just threw those stairs.
Look
like
I mean, and the cameraman
didn't even move. Like if I was the cameraman, I would have been like backing up right there. He just whipped him. Oh my God. Okay. Undertaker is leaking. Jeez. He's leaking buckets here. Here we go. Oh my God, dude. That's a
couple Hard&Soft buckets. Yeah, it is.
All 3 people with the blade job going on.
And look at Heyman there laughing.
Oh God. How awesome. Here we go. Oh my God, dude. That was a 6. Oh, yo, Lesnar is long. I don't know how heavy those stairs are. But I mean,
I think they're legit, dude. They're legit.
Like
200 pounds. I was gonna say 200 pounds. Dude, I bet they push. Yeah, 55 pounds.
I'm sure Lesnar could throw 100 pounds easily that far. But I mean, that was just he does not care for any. And the thing is, that's cool. He can do that in this match because he doesn't have to worry about hurting any fans. You know what I mean? Because it's not like the stairs are going to go through the cage. Well, I mean, I guess you never know. They could. Look at him just laughing here, too. Just the fact of how diabolical he is. It's
dude,
the word of the day.
His presence, when he came out at Rumble 2015 at Fargo, he looked every bit as jacked from row 313 that we were in. Dude.
I still say it to this day. I mean, our seats were awesome because we were up in the 200s, but we were in the front row of the 200s. That triple threat match at Royal Rumble 2014 is one of the best matches I've seen live
Hell,
ever. I mean, and that's any independent or any wrestling or pay-per-view that I've been. And I was at Mania and a couple or an AEW pay-per-view. I'm just saying that triple threat with Cena, Taker, and Rollins was just one of the greatest triple threat matches I've seen.
I'm gonna go. Here's our Mount Rushmore of the episode. My Mount Rushmore of live matches I've seen at pay-per-views. Number 1, obviously, main event of night 2 of 40. Roman and Cody.
Yeah.
Then the triple threat at Rumble. And at Full Gear, dude, the opening match, and I hate to say it, but whatever, Luchasaurus versus Jungle Jack Perry, and that steel cage, good. That was awesome.
That elbow drop through the table off the top.
Yeah.
That
was the cage cool, looked the setup there was so cool. And I'll keep thinking on my 4th.
Oh man, here we go.
Super,
I don't know. Who did Teddy Hart go against when we saw him live?
Teddy Hart and Rich Swann went up against. Did they go against the Briscoes?
No, the first time, or was that the first time we saw him in a tag match? Because I know we've seen Teddy Hart in a singles match, but maybe that.
I don't know.
Maybe that was
be faced, but yeah,
that Briscoes tag match. I don't know. That might have been number 4 at least, right there. That match was freaking awesome, dude.
And then we saw Willie Mack versus Swerve Strickland in 2018.
Yeah, that was really good live, and that was before Swerve went to WWE. Like that, and we were even thinking like, holy crap, those two guys are awesome.
Yeah,
you know, and Willie Mack has been on AEW numerous times. Bloodied up Undertaker, going for the old school. I like old school, man, even though it's kind of like a lame move. You know, it's an easy setup, but hey, it's old school Undertaker. And back when I was a kid and he would do this, it was like, this guy's like 7 foot tall. How is he walking across the ring ropes like that? Like,
yeah,
insane. And how is he? Oh, he didn't get it. But how is he going to do it after just a 20-minute match with Lesnar, just getting the crap beat out of him, all bloodied up? Oh my God, he's leaking, dude. What do you think the best blade job ever was? I think it's Eddie Guerrero
and JBL.
JBL, yeah. I mean, that was pretty bad. Cena's had a couple where he's been pretty bloodied up.
Yeah, man. I still think, why can't they do color? Or why, I mean, I get it, but it adds to it. It adds to the presentation, man. I really think it does. I think you don't want to continue to do it, overuse it, but a couple times a year, it adds to it. Like it added with the Rock and Cody.
That thing where they did at the tour bus or whatever.
And dude, how cool is the WWE, because they lit up that van, that truck, and it was Cena and Austin, and Austin was supposed to be there, dude.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I mean, but really, like, how much money would it take for Austin to do that spot? I mean, all it would be is just a stunner. But I mean, if they had Austin there, it would have been a stunner, a stunner, a stunner, a stunner, beer. It would have been freaking awesome.
I still think we haven't seen the last of Stone Cold on WWE programming. I think
he'll come back eventually.
What?
Beer. Here we go. Lesnar's going for a power bomb. Undertaker reverses. Yeah, that was great at the Triple Dub show we were just at when Hack Guy was trying to talk and he couldn't even get a word out. It was just what?
Nice DDT by Taker.
I
was hoping that Cody and Logan were going to be in a ladder match.
That'd be cool, but I think they're going to put on a great match, dude. I mean, I think Logan Paul will definitely.
Now, when Cody does turn heel, I mean, the story's laid out perfectly where he, he's holding that title and he's like, look at what I won that my dad had never won. My dad is not good. You know what I'm saying?
When he turns heel, that's what he needs to do. He needs to disown the family. Right. And that's when Goldust needs to come back. You know what I mean? That would be like the perfect spot. Like once he turns heel, like Goldust comes back to be like, what is your problem, Cody? And then try to further that form. I think that'll help Cody in the heel process. Like, doing like a big time beatdown on Dustin Rhodes.
Their match in AEW
and almost like
sick.
Almost like making his brother will be like representing Dustin Rhodes or Dusty Rhodes, the father.
Yeah,
you know, that beatdown is basically like I'm beating my. This is basically me beating my dad down. Like that'd be good. Did Taker Taker didn't just win there. Lesnar had his hand on the rope. Oh my! Look at. Dude, what do you think of yourself when you go back and you look in the mirror and that's what you see in your face? Completely bloodied up.
Now, this is why I miss the days. I wish we still had pay-per-views, because if you bought pay-per-views, there was still that aura of like you're seeing something that not a lot of other people are seeing. You had to pay to watch this. This is like a bloodbath, man.
That's why today with the Peacock, it's like, well, to be honest, either you pay $5 or you pay $10 a month. I mean, $10 is way cheaper than paying $50 per pay-per-view, which is a lot of the reasons I don't. Oh my God! So Lesnar,
look at that, man.
He had Undertaker in like a tombstone position, popped him up into the F5, hit him with it, and gets the pin. 1, 2, 3, F5. That was great. That no kick out after the F5. That's actually a good finish right there. Good, clean finish. And I mean, like, Lesnar popping him up like that. Holy crap, dude. That is just pure power. That is just insane.
One of the best rivalries of all time. And obviously, like we said, I mean, they would do the spot in the UFC, and then Lesnar would come back and they'd have that Mania 30 match. And look at Brock.
It's huge.
Like when Lesnar was in his latest run, the Jackass crew, because I think Knoxville and Sami Zayn were doing a bunch of stuff at that WrestleMania, and Wee Man, they're all drinking in some restaurant. Did you hear this story? And Wee Man kind of like peacocked Lesnar, and Lesnar like picked him up and put him down on the table, put him through a table right there in the right there in the restaurant, and then he just pulled out a couple hundreds, threw it at the thing. I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave now.
That's great.
Imagine,
if Lesnar's at your bar and he puts them through a table, I mean, I'm just gonna give you a free drink and say, hey, thanks for the show, appreciate it. Guy deserves
old school title, and we're gonna have that spot where Lesnar scales the cage. Wears the title as a necklace.
He puts it around his neck and then scales the cage.
He's gonna
stand on top as champ.
When I put this out, maybe that's the thumbnail. Your face right here on Lesnar.
It's perfect. And you can put your face on the title.
I'll put my face all over the crowd or something. I'll figure something out. I'll be doing it all day today. I got nothing else to do.
Hey, sounds good to me.
But Big Hard, another match down, another episode of my childhood down. Thanks for doing that with me. I appreciate it, dude.
Yep. Love this match. Shot of the Taker, just bloodied up, laid in the ring, looking up at Lesnar as he's holding the title on top of the cage. I mean, great visual right there. You can't top that, dude. But yeah, great episode. We got a couple more coming out shortly. Don't worry, nation. To the millions
and millions
of the Hard and Soft Nation. I always got a closing message for everybody. And like we always say, if you're not hard, you're soft.
You're damn right. And it's okay to be soft. Yes,
sometimes.